Good morning. It's currently 9 a.m. December 15th, 2023, and it's the first day of the weekend of Bluecoats auditions for the Callback Camp in Canton.
Slept a little crazy last night. You can see the sleep lines. Oh!
But yeah, this is my documentation for all y'all, so that if you're planning on going to a camp, then you know what to expect. In case you're unfamiliar with the DCI audition process, essentially how it goes is each corps typically has a first round of auditions in different regions of the United States. So they'll have one in SoCal and in the Southeast and in the Midwest, all those kinds of areas, to get the general pool of people from there so that you reduce travel costs and you get literally as many people as you can so that you can advance to the callback. The callback camp typically consists of almost all members of the corps. Sometimes they exclude certain sections so that they can do a callback at another time, but they include a lot of prospective members that went through the first round of auditions, and they go through essentially a weekend of what rehearsals would look like on tour. In the case of the Bluecoats, conductors don't go through a first round and then second round. They just have open conductor auditions at the callback camp, which is why I'm here now.
Currently in the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta Airport, and certainly starting to feel some of the nerves from the audition. I think the biggest thing I've had to remind myself is that I know more than I know. It's very easy to, in these audition processes and being around a lot of people, or even thinking about the audition, that we get very lost in this idea of, I feel like I'm not as qualified as I might actually be. At the same time, I'm going into this audition with the idea that I'm just here to learn new information and to get better at what I do, and not in just hopes of securing a contract. As a high school senior, it's exciting to be able to be alongside a lot of these drum corps staff, especially because I haven't interacted with people on that level. So above anything, I'm just excited to learn this weekend.
I'm with Bluecoats conductor and Silent Command representative John Kong. John, what are you most excited for at this audition camp?
They're gonna play this thing called Bump the Chime. You're probably gonna see it on the Bluecoats Instagram page after the camp. It's gonna be nuts. That's exciting.
Touchdown in Cleveland, and now we wait for the shuttle bus to take us over to the campsite. I just pigged out on some burger and some fries. You already know. Okay, we eating good out here. We're not starving. Because I'm preparing to eat some oats and some yogurt for the rest of the weekend. So I wasn't able to get any rehearsal footage tonight, mainly because my brain is just fried from how much information I've gotten. I went in and we did some icebreakers and introductions together as conductors, and then we headed over to the gym to go with the brass to see what they were learning. And we got their music, and man, it's a lot of stuff. And the rehearsal environment is definitely forward, very direct. And so for someone like me who comes from a medium-sized kind of BOA high school band, it's very different, and the pace is very, very different, but it's exciting. One thing I wanted to touch on, since I know this is a concern for a lot of people, is that showering in DCI essentially works like this. At least at the Bluecoats, tonight they allotted 1 hour for total showers. The first 30 minutes were reserved to private showers as well as showers just for minors, and the last 30 minutes were reserved for just all adults. They're separated by male and female, and they use the showers that are in the facilities for the camp. It's something that comes with doing the gig, and you kind of just got to get used to it. Tonight for me, it wasn't really a big deal, and it's nothing to be worried about if you are. Some corps for the callback camps will require that you use your own housing, that is, you get your own hotel, and some corps, like Bluecoats, will have you use the facility that they have the camp in for the entire weekend. Lights out is at 12, so from this time on, it's time just for snack time, as well as socializing and just exploring the area. So I'll see you in the morning. just finished a great breakfast of a PB&J, Nutrigrain bar, and a banana. So feeling pretty good this morning. I slept really well last night. Now we get started with our first morning block. Just got out of our morning block and feeling really great. We learned a lot about mechanics and hand independence, as well as more advanced things about cues, cutoffs, and all stuff conducting. So we did some score study stuff as well, learning the pieces that we're going to be conducting later in the afternoon in subsections. So I'm just really excited, and we eating good. Just practicing a few excerpts for some horn line rehearsal a little later in the day. Bum, 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 bum. I love bump, y'all. Saturday's done. Learned a lot today, conducting wise, and got a chance to conduct the horn line. So really excited. I didn't get a chance to conduct the euphonium baritones, but it's totally okay. Had a lot of fun with the horn line, and certainly get kind of nerve-wracking at times being on the podium in front of a lot of people. Pressure is really on when you're doing that, but I had a good time, and I'm excited for the morning. So I'll update you then.
Last day here at the Bluecoats Callback Camp in Canton, Ohio. I slept really great last night, and I'm feeling good this morning. Had my PB&J and banana, and I've done a good bit of reflecting on how this weekend has been for me. I've learned a lot about conducting, but I've learned even more about myself and how I tackle stressful situations. The surprising truth was that I really didn't feel any imposter syndrome this weekend. There was never an external feeling of these people are so much more advanced than me and I feel really bad about it. These people are super advanced, but I see it more as an inspiring thing for me to learn from them rather than a comparison like, oh gosh, I wish I was as good as you kind of thing. Rather, I have an internal feeling of how do I build the confidence to be able to say, yes, this core is really great. Yes, this horn line is stellar, but I have the skills and I have the poise to be able to push through and do what I need to do on the podium. It's all about, as cliche as it sounds, believing in yourself and recognizing that you do have the tools and you do have the skills and that you can really do anything so long as you have the intention to do it. I've really enjoyed this camp and I'm excited to close out today. We're starting with dance block actually, so I'm gonna run to that now. Peace. Audition camp has finally finished, and I'm just really grateful for the support system of the auditionees this weekend, the instructional staff that has been so wonderful, as well as the previous conductors, John and Catherine, who are really supportive throughout this whole process. It's certainly not easy going through this as somebody without drum corps experience, and it's a big moment for me to throw myself into the pool and expect myself to swim. But I really enjoyed this weekend, and I want you to get the big takeaway in general that no matter what age you are, no matter what experience you have, no matter how skillful you think you are, I think it's a great experience to be able to have an audition camp. Without the expectation of a contract, you can go into these camps just getting new information, and that's information that you can take back to your home program as well as your own individual practice. So I feel very satisfied with what I spent to get here, and I'm certainly excited to pursue more drum corps stuff in the future. But this is me signing out. Thanks for watching.